Texas Republicans tried to rig the game, and it looks like it's blowing up in their faces. You can't make this shit up, guys. So as we know, Texas Republicans just went through this whole redistricting and gerrymandering, which they're not supposed to do except for every 10 years. But they did it because Trump wanted to pick up 5 extra seats. And their goal was to split up places like Houston and Austin to split those votes. But they screwed up. Experts are now saying because of the gerrymandering, Republicans are set to lose up to 10 seats instead of gaining the 5 that they planned on. This is because when you stretch districts too thin, you spread your base too far. So what that means is the areas that were red, that were locked down, could actually now flip blue because they have less voters in those areas. We know that they've been gerrymandering in Texas forever, so this just backfired. Republicans wanted to game the system, but it looks like voters are now at an advantage, and we know because of everything that's going on, Democratic voters are more energized to come out and vote. So let me know your thoughts. I think this is absolutely hilarious, and you know what? You get what you get.
I'm Bobby Cole. I'm a lifelong Texan. I'm an East Texas farmer and a retired fireman. The Texas Republican Party is corrupt to the core. Its spineless devotion to Donald Trump is on full display, with Greg Abbott being the prize pony. All that this blind loyalty to MAGA has brought to the people of Texas has trampled freedoms, liberties, and rights. Common decency and dignity that Texas used to stand for is gone. Replaced with cruelty and division and a way of governance not for the people, but at the behest of only the ultra-rich and the powerful. We are here today to testify against the naked power grab ordered by Trump himself. This redistricting scheme will disenfranchise hardworking Black and Latino communities that deserve to be heard. It doesn't matter what maps you draw or how corrupt your reasoning is to justify it. So do your worst, because that's what you're best at. A reckoning is coming, and the people of Texas will render it on November 3rd, 2026. Thank you.
We have some news right now. California Republicans are very mad at Mike Johnson because of redistricting efforts that have really backfired in a lot of ways. It's a wash. Mike Johnson and Donald Trump wanted to gerrymander half the country to pick up more seats. They started in Texas, went to Missouri, North Carolina. It didn't work because Democrats were able to successfully counteract all of it pretty much with wins in Utah, Kansas, Ohio, and most importantly in California, where many California Republicans like Kevin Kiley are about to be drawn out of their seats. And if you look at the total seats Republicans picked up, the total seats Democrats picked up, it's kind of even, which is exactly where we were before this whole redistricting mess began, which means that everything that Mike Johnson and Donald Trump did over the past 6 months is all for naught. And right now, Republicans are upset because they're getting drawn out of their districts, incumbents, and they're going to lose. Spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free as always. Follow along, stay updated on all the news that you need to know about. I will have much more to come very soon.
As if it couldn't get any better, California's Prop 50 has passed. Here's everything you need to know. Prop 50 will allow the Democrats in California to redraw the congressional map of the state to benefit them. This move is expected to add around 5 Democratic seats to the House of Representatives come the midterm elections in 2026. And they didn't just do this for no reason. They did this because Texas redrew their congressional map to add more Republican seats to the House of Representatives because the Republicans fear losing control of Congress come 2026 because of how widely unpopular Trump's presidency has become. Basically, the Republicans said, we're going to lose, let's rig it, and then California said, we're not going to let that happen. They stood on business, and Prop 50 has been passed and signed into law. This is yet another historic victory for the Democrats. On top of winning in states like New Jersey, Virginia, Georgia, and New York City, woke is back.
So this has the potential to be not only the FAFO of the year, but the FAFO of the century. It seems that less than 24 hours after Republicans passed these gerrymandered maps, and this redistricting bullshit, they're having a little bit of regret, apparently. You see, when you redraw maps, you're not creating land. You can't create land. So you have to take from other districts. And in an attempt to take these 5 seats, they may have inadvertently put 10 other seats into play for 2026. And evidently, Republicans are having a little bit of buyer's remorse. Appears that they can't even gerrymander properly. So this is going to get very interesting. And man, wouldn't that be poetic justice if they ended up having more competitive races in some of those other districts? That would be poetic justice, especially with the gerrymandering that's going on in California and the gerrymandering that's going to be happening in New York. They might have just shot themselves in the foot.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anthony, and it's always amazing having you here, my viewers, my subscribers, and ensure that you leave a comment, a like, so that we can engage and discuss about the issues that are affecting our country at the moment. Because the gerrymandering issue, which Trump initiated in Texas, and sent a catastrophic effect across the country, is really biting them back. So let's continue watching, and I'll be making my conclusions at the end of this video about the Prop 50 in California, about the Supreme Court halting gerrymandering in some places. So let's continue watching, and I'll be making my conclusions.
I think something that will change a lot of people's perspectives about politics is the fact that Texas has 2 million more registered Democrats than it does registered Republicans. There are 2 million more registered Democrats in Texas than there are registered Republicans. Now, you might be asking, why do they always lose elections then if there's way more of them? It's simple. The answer is voter suppression and gerrymandering. That is why Democrats can never win power in Texas, is because Republicans make it extremely difficult for people to vote on election day. And even if they do vote, they just gerrymander the voting districts so that Republicans come out on top anyways. Fun fact of the day.
There was a time when a Texas governor wouldn't be afraid to tell a president, any president, don't mess with Texas. Right. But Greg Abbott is too subservient and too weak to do that to Donald Trump. Right. Abbott and the Republicans in the legislature are dutifully following Trump's commands. And this is what this is about. They are engaged in an illegal act of intentional discrimination by tearing apart majority, minority congressional districts across our state. And we are not going to stand for it. Right.
I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump is propelling the United States of America to have its wokest era yet. I personally grew up in a red state, live in a red state, and have many friends and family members who have voted red in the past, specifically for Donald Trump. These are the people who are extremely, extremely mad at Donald Trump and the entire Republican Party right now. In the past 9 months, I have not seen more people than I have right now who have voted red be upset and organize. I've seen them call their elected officials. I've seen them organize voters. I've seen them go out and protest. These people have decided to start joining our forces to fight back against the Republican Party and specifically Donald Trump. Which they know if that we are connected and working together, we are unstoppable and we are powerful. We will make sure that the United States is on a better trajectory than it is right now.
After Trump took office, Republicans turned on Latinos, but in last night's election, Latinos turned on Trump so hard, the future of the Republican Party might be in danger. About 15 years ago, Republican strategists realized that the number of eligible Latino voters had gotten pretty large and was only going to go up over time. In response, they made a really strong push to recruit Latino voters into the party, playing up issues that might resonate with the Catholic faith and fear-mongering about countries that many of their families may have fled from. Over time, the data showed that this was working, and a significant number of Latinos were turning to the Republican Party. And this remained true even during Trump's re-election campaign, where he promised mass deportations, but with the caveat that they would only affect the worst of the worst. Well, after months of ICE separating innocent families and racially profiling people on the streets, clearly the Latino community has had enough. In Manassas Park, Virginia, where 46% of the population is Latino, Abigail Spanberger outperformed Kamala Harris by 22 points. That wasn't a one-off. This trend was repeated across multiple different states last night. If these stats continue in this direction, this could be the biggest migration away from the Republican Party in modern history.
This is not about money. There is enough money to bail out Argentina with $20 billion. There is enough money to purchase a brand new aircraft for $173 million for the Homeland Security Secretary. There is enough money to renovate the White House ballroom. What there's not enough money for under this Republican government is you. There's not enough money for you. And it is astonishing to me that the party in charge of the government literally won't show up to work during the second longest shutdown in American history. House Republicans have been gone for more than a month. More than a month. They've worked 2 weeks out of the last 3 months. Nice work if you can get it. You were all here. We were here. 2 weeks out of the last 3 months, they've even been in the United States Capitol. And so there is only one way out of this shutdown, and it starts with the House of Representatives reporting for duty.
Thank you everyone who has watched this video to the end. It's always amazing having you here, my viewers, my subscribers, and always ensure that you leave a comment so that we can engage in discussion. What Trump trying to do is a gerrymander a red state so that it can have favorability in winning the House of Representatives. And it has really backfired on him. Because also in the last week elections, he lost massively. And one of the excuses that he gave, he said that he was not on the ballot. You know what I mean? So this man is panicking right, left, and center because he knows that Americans are voting for real issues at the moment, not about political lines, not about division, not about hatred. The majority, the silent majority, the independent, the silent majority of Americans, they are out to vote and they want change. So the whole issue of gerrymandering in Texas, it has prompted California to redraw their maps. You know what I mean? And it's really a great issue at the moment. Trump knows that maybe since the World War II, no president has ever won the House. I believe no one has ever won. So what he's trying to do is trying to win it illegally, by any means necessary. Because if he lose the House, they'll be in trouble. That means his agenda of making billionaires great again will be drilled. His agenda of continuing to send ICE to the blue cities will be drilled. His agenda of waging a war against Venezuela and other states will be halted. His agenda of destroying small businesses through tariffs will be destroyed. So if you look, the issue of gerrymandering from another perspective is that Trump and his cronies want to remain in power by any means necessary. In such a way, if they can't win the presidency, they will be sure that they control both houses. And in making sure of that, they will ensure that they control the government agenda. And that the whole issue of Project 2025 should surprise many Americans, should make many Americans angry. Because what happens when a rogue president comes into office, a president who is rogue than Trump comes into office, and he has House, he has Senate, because we give them power through this all gerrymandering. And it makes me wonder, a place like Texas, where we have majority Democrats, how does Republicans have their say there? What happened? What happened to Texas? We have over 2 million more registered Democrats than Republicans in Texas. What happened? Why don't they vote? South Carolina, too, was accused of drawing their maps along racial line. Louisiana, in quotes. Alabama, in quotes. Texas, you saw the chaos. Florida was threatening. What's happening in our country? Tell me in the comment section. What I usually say is stay alert, stay focused. Don't follow the government psyop. Talk blue, listen blue, vote blue. And until the next video, thank you for your attention to this matter.